We are here this evening with the Archbishop of the Bamenda Archdiocese, the Reverend Andrew Nkea, who is here to talk about the Pope's visit in April 2026. Welcome to PRC Television, broadcasting from Unity Palace.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mutale. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, what was the initial reaction to the Pope's visit in April 2026 when you heard it?
Obviously, the Pope is not any kind of personality, so it was a great joy for me to learn that the Pope was coming to visit Cameroon. And you discover that so many countries have been inviting the Pope to come there. But to know that the Pope chose to come to Cameroon on his first visit to Africa, for me, it was already a big blessing for the country, for the Catholic Christians, and for the population in general. So it was a very, very great news indeed.
And that's a Pope who has been elected since 319 days only. Now, tell me, as the president of the National Episcopal Conference, are there any specific initiatives or events that have been planned to welcome the Pope?
Oh, yes. We have been having lots of planning meetings. And one of the big initiatives we have taken on the level of the spiritual preparation is that we composed a prayer, and we sent out that prayer to be recited in all the Catholic churches in Cameroon after Mass every day. And this prayer is being recited as a spiritual preparation. On the level of the pastoral preparation, we have also gotten many Christians to prepare themselves through pilgrimages, through individual confessions, and through reconciliation to be able to welcome the Pope in a good atmosphere. And we are also mobilizing the population as a conference to be able to get them come out massively to receive the Pope. On the material level, we are doing a lot of work to get the 3 places where the Pope is going to visit very clean, prepare them, repainting and doing all kinds of renovation work to be able to receive the Holy Father in a very, very serene atmosphere and also a godly atmosphere.
Now, is it the Catholic Church in Cameroon or the Episcopal Conference that's at the forefront of these preparations, or it doesn't matter?
I don't know what the difference would be between the Catholic Church in Cameroon and the Episcopal Conference. The Episcopal Conference is the conference of bishops, and bishops come from various dioceses. And so when the bishops come together, they are representing those dioceses where they come from. So in a way, the Catholic Church in Cameroon is preparing this visit, but it is led by the National Episcopal Conference.
Now, what are the main expectations of the Cameroonian people, both Catholic and non-Catholic, to this visit?
The first expectation among the Catholics is that they are receiving a pastor who is coming to preach the word of God. And therefore, listening to the words of the Pope is a very, very important thing for all of us. When the Pope brings a message, you discover that he is using his place of visit as a platform to speak to the world. And therefore, we're expecting, especially in the backdrop of the problems we have had in this country, the disturbances during the after the presidential elections, the Northwest and Southwest problems of separation, when all these things are taking place and someone like the Pope is coming, we're expecting a big message of peace. We're expecting the Holy Father to speak to us about reconciliation. We're expecting the Holy Father to talk to us about loving one another. We're expecting the Holy Father to speak to us about justice among our peoples. And these are our big expectations. And just like the prophet Isaiah says that rain cannot fall on the ground without watering the ground, it is not possible that the Holy Father can come here and go and Cameroon will still be the same. Something must change.
Yeah. Yes, okay. Now, what does the Pope's visit mean for the Catholic Church in Cameroon besides strengthening the faiths of the Christians?
There is something you must understand about the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church, the word Catholic is universal. To feel part of the universal church, Ecclesia particulare in loco, the particular church in a particular place, feels the universality of the Catholic Church because the Pope comes, he comes with the Curia, that is some of his close collaborators in Rome, the Roman Curia. And you discover that it is the universal church on the move, positioned in a particular church. This is a very, very big feeling. And when this happens, you discover that the people of the church in Cameroon feel a special blessing for themselves because they feel very close to the universal church. It is like a journalist who is working in CRTV in Marwa, and then they suddenly transfer him to the Presidency TV. You feel close to the source. This is what it is. And therefore, when the Pope comes, we feel very privileged and we feel very close to the center of the universal church.
Well, now, Pope Leo XIV is a member of the Augustinian order. Now, how will his spiritual background influence the message that is likely to bring to the Cameroonian people?
St. Augustine was a doctor of the church, or he is a doctor of the church. He was a bishop, and his birthplace was in North Africa. And St. Augustine wrote very many books, theological books. One of the classics of St. Augustine is the Confessions of St. Augustine. Another classic of St. Augustine is The City of God. If you look at all these books, these are very deeply spiritual books that talk about conversion, that talk about life in the spirit, that talk about heaven and what we are looking forward to after this life. This life is not our home, we are passing. So all these things greatly influence the teaching of Pope Leo XIV, because as an Augustinian, he has practiced this spirituality and he lived this spirituality as a son of St. Augustine all his life. And therefore, this spirituality of St. Augustine for conversion specifically, change of heart, metanoia, repentance, is very important to preach to a people who have undergone a lot of problems, where hate speech is very, very high in the society, where people are fighting and killing each other, and they belong to the same country. So conversion is a very, very important message. And this is something St. Augustine preached all his life. This is something he experienced in his own personal life. And this is something we hope Pope Leo is going to come to preach to us.
So how does the Archbishop plan to prepare the laity in the Bamenda ecclesiastical province during this historic visit?
Oh, it's a very, very important preparation that we are making, because the Pope was last in Bamenda 41 years ago, John Paul II. And so any young man or young woman who is below 41 did not see the Pope in Bamenda. And therefore, we have sent out circulars, sent out communiques to announce the coming of the Pope and to sensitize the population to turn out in numbers. You see, as you say rightly, he is coming to the ecclesiastical province of Bamenda. And therefore, with the bishops, we have touched the population in all the nooks and crannies of this ecclesiastical province, beginning from Bota and Idina, right up to Ako and Kambe, and from Fuka, right down to Ekok. We have touched all these places, and we are expecting great populations. We are hoping that in Bamenda there will be at least 650,000 people to attend this Mass of the Holy Father. We are expecting 750 priests, and we have made vestments for 750 priests. And therefore, it is a big, big ecclesiastical gathering where we hope that all our faithful are going to participate actively, prayerfully, and in a way together as a means of social cohesion and bonding. That we are not just participating, it's beginning a new life for all of us. The Holy Father has come, we want to start anew. Those who are killing each other, stop doing those kind of things. Those who are hating each other, stop hating one another. Those who are quarreling with each other, stop quarreling with each other. So we are hoping that it's going to bring a new breath of fresh air for our spiritual lives, for our social lives, and above all, for our lives as Catholic Christians.
Now, the Pope has expressed a strong desire for Christian-Muslim dialogue, specifically mentioning his interest in St. Augustine with African origins. How will this visit strengthen ties between religious communities here in Cameroon?
I'll start with Bamenda. You discover that we are going to have a meeting for peace with the Pope in the cathedral. And in that meeting, we have invited the Muslim community. The imams are going to be there, both from Boya and Bamenda, with a good portion of the Islamic community. We have also invited the Protestant community, and the present and the former moderators have been invited. We are going to invite the executive president of the Baptist Church and the bishop of the Anglican Church, and who will come. All of them we are inviting with Christians of these churches. And so the Pope is not going to only be speaking to Catholics, but he's going to be speaking to a cross-section of God's people. And we have been working very closely with the moderator and with the imam. The imam of Bamenda, for example, is a very close friend to me. And so from the first moment the news came to me, I informed him. And we have been talking together and seeing how to work together to bring Muslims on board to be at this great meeting with the Holy Father. Because there's one thing I must tell you. No matter the message of the Holy Father, there is nothing like Catholic peace. There's nothing like Islamic peace or Protestant peace. Peace is peace. Whether it goes to those who are not even believers, peace is peace. And therefore, this is something that brings us together very strongly. When we are working for peace, religion is not a very strong factor. Because, as I say, there is no Catholic peace. Peace is peace. There is no Protestant peace or Islamic peace. If we all work for peace, we work together as one people of God. And if peace comes, everybody enjoys the peace, where no matter their denomination, no matter their confessions. So this is a very important aspect that in most of the things we are organizing, we are bringing on board all believers and even non-believers.
So, President Paul Biya, the youth have been very, very sort of a special group, the focus of President Paul Biya in this present mandate. Is the Pope likely to involve the Cameroonian youth, those who are disillusioned, those that President Paul Biya sometimes calls to change?
One of the things I must say to you is that we have a national theme for this visit of the Pope. And the national theme is, may they all be one. John chapter 17, verse 15. And may they all be one. You see, if you love one another, all these things that are happening among us will not be there. If we see each other as brothers and sisters, we will not harm each other. And therefore, the oneness we are talking about is the unity of heart to heart. It doesn't matter which religion you belong to. but let us love one another. Now, when the Pope goes to Bamenda, the theme in Bamenda is, my peace I give you, my peace I leave you. So the Holy Father is going to concentrate on peace in Bamenda. When he goes to Douala, Douala is focused on the youth, the young people. He's going to look about the suffering of the young people. He's going to look about unemployment among the young people. He's going to look about the young people who are disillusioned, those who are struggling to cross overseas and they are dying on the roads. He's going to look at all these things together. And the theme of that visit to Douala is, give them something yourselves to eat. And therefore, the youth are searching. Give them something yourselves. And therefore, he is calling us to look into ourselves, not look for the future of the youth outside. Look for the youth and their future within. And when it comes to Yaoundé, which is the central point of this visit, the theme of the visit in Yaoundé is, justice and peace have met, love and truth have embraced.
Fantastic.
Yes, justice and peace have met, love and truth have embraced. And therefore, he is going to be talking to us on these general points, focusing specifically, of course, as we understand, on all these kind of things like violence, intolerance of one another, and he's going to elaborate. So these are the themes. So as you're asking your question, I can assure you that specifically, Douala is consecrated to the young people.
Okay, thank you. Now, considering the importance of the personality that we are about to receive, what steps is the Archdiocese of Bamenda that you are taking in collaboration with the state to ensure the safety of the pilgrims and the Holy Father?
I think for one thing, the boys who are separatist fighters in the bush are our children. We have been talking with them all these years. We keep talking to them. Those in the diaspora who are leaders of the struggle, they are also our children, our brothers and sisters. Specifically, the religious leaders of West Cameroon, of Northwest and Southwest, we have been speaking with these our brothers at various levels. And now that you have the Pope coming to Cameroon, we have also been discussing in detail how to maintain peace and harmony during this period of the Pope's visit. And if you look at social media, you look at the letters that are passing around, you discover that everybody is enthusiastic because we are all expecting something from this visit. We are all expecting something. So we are not afraid of security in Bamenda because everyone, whether in Bamenda or abroad, Northwest or Southwest, we are all enthusiastic because we are waiting for the Pope to say something that will bring consolation, will revive our drooping spirits. So there is no fear. And I think the state is taking its measures as people in charge of security. But on the level of the church, we have been talking with our brothers, and I think that we are kind of on a level of understanding.
Yes, but that brings us to what impact do you foresee the Pope's visit to have on the social and political landscape of Cameroon?
You see, you will discover that the Pope coming to Cameroon will be like Cameroon playing World Cup. Everybody forgets of their differences, and they focus on this spiritual and world leader who has chosen to come to our own small, tiny part of Africa to visit us. And therefore, within those days, nobody is thinking of things that would destroy other people. People are thinking of the unity, the love that the Pope has come in to preach to us. And therefore, when the Pope comes and people start embracing one another, it will take time for them to stop embracing. When the Pope comes and people start working together for the success of the visit, it will take time for them to stop working together. And so we are expecting that the Pope's visit is going to be a great source of social cohesion for the whole Cameroonian society. Reconciliation for the whole Cameroonian society. And in this way, the Pope's visit cannot go without having the required effect. And I think this is very important for all of us.
Now, with this papacy's theme of unity in Christ, what specific spiritual fruits do you hope this visit will bear for the church in Cameroon?
The church in Cameroon is already reaping very great spiritual fruits, because to get all the people of God praying the same prayer from Kuseri to Kiosi, from Mulundu to Idinao, this is very great. We talk about oneness in the spirit. This is what it means, that all of us are united in the same thing, in the same spiritual activity. Secondly, our Episcopal Conference has been working a lot. And I must say, as president of the conference, that the oneness I've experienced in the conference within this period of preparing for the Pope's visit is very remarkable. And this is a big spiritual fruit. And we are all doing the same thing. We are all concerting, and we are all moving ahead in agreement. This is very important. It's an important fruit for us to reap.
Okay. Now, given the ongoing Anglophone crisis that you have touched on a little bit, what specific messages of peace, reconciliation, and maybe justice do you hope Pope Leo the 14th will deliver to all parties involved? How can the church best support a lasting resolution to the conflict?
One thing I must say to you is that I don't know Pope Leo's message. He will come and tell us his message. I'm waiting for that message just like you are waiting. So I don't know his message. But from the themes that we have given him, that because these themes have been chosen by the National Episcopal Conference, we are hoping that he will speak on all these issues. But you also discover that the strong message the Church of Cameroon has been giving out is that dialogue is the solution to all problems. When you don't dialogue, it is very difficult to solve problems. Violence only begets violence. Wars do not solve problems. And if you go back and you look at history, from European history to world affairs to present-day situation, practically all wars end around the table. Let us not be afraid to talk to one another. Cameroonians are not animals to eat each other. No. Let us be able to open up to dialogue, to sit around the table and say, brothers, sisters, enough is enough. We don't want to be killing each other again. How do we move forward? This is important. And I think the church's position has always been for this dialogue. And we are also hoping that the Holy Father is going to emphasize on this dialogue when he comes.
Well, you have been known as the pilgrim of peace. So, will you create opportunities for the Holy Father to meet with victims of the crisis, such as displaced families or those affected by the security situation?
The conference and the Vatican have already created. When the Holy Father will meet with the population of Bamenda in the cathedral, I think present there will be some families, displaced families that will be there, and some people that have been badly hurt by the crisis. They will also be there.
Okay, now, given the recent appointment of Bishop John Berinyoy Tata, who was previously abducted, what message does the Pope's visit send to those suffering from the conflict in these two regions?
Mr. Motale, there is nothing as important in our life as hope. The message of hope. The Holy Father is coming to tell us that suffering is not the end. And hope in the social context will mean believe in the fact that tomorrow will definitely be better than yesterday. And this is what the Holy Father is coming to do to us. The first thing is great consolation. It's like a man who is in the hospital, and then suddenly you see a big visitor coming to visit you in the hospital. No matter how serious your sickness is, your spirits will be uplifted. So for the Holy Father to come here, even if he says nothing, the spirits of all those who have been suffering will be uplifted. Somebody is thinking about us. Somebody has come to visit us in our context of suffering. And he is instilling hope into these people that tomorrow will definitely be better than yesterday. And that's why I say to many people, some of those who say to me, oh, why is the Pope coming when there's no peace, when there's no this and no that? I said, if they say to them, if the Pope were to wait until there's peace, what is he coming to do here? He is a good pastor. He is a good shepherd. He's going to his sheep when they are most in need of him. He's going to the people when they are in suffering, when they are still having very difficult situations. He's coming there to put out his arms and say, like Jesus Christ to his apostles, peace be with you. That is a lot. You cannot undermine the spiritual, psychological, and social strength of these words, peace be with you, from the soil of Bamenda.
Now, there's been a lot of discussion about infrastructure improvement in anticipation of the Pope's visit, particularly around the Bamenda airport. Now, how can the church ensure that these efforts translate into sustainable development that benefits not just this specific event, but everyone?
If I had my way, Mr. Mutale, I'll ask the Pope to be coming every year. And since he has gone to Bamenda this year, next year, let him go to Yagua. The other year, he should go to Kupe Manunguba. You will see the transformation that will take place in the country. I am Archbishop of Bamenda. What I am seeing in Bamenda is nothing short of a miracle. Highways are being built. Roads in the quartier are being constructed. They are not just maintained. They are being constructed. And my house, for example, Bamenda Archdiocese was opened in 1970. And therefore, it is 50-something years now. We have never had, we have a local source of water. But all of a sudden, water is going up to my hill. How will I not say hallelujah to the Pope for his coming? You see, and it's not only me. So there is a lot of infrastructural development taking place. The Pope will land in Bamenda Airport that has not seen a plane for the last 6 years. How will the government invest so much and not continue? So we are hoping sincerely that after the Pope goes, the airplanes will start coming and Bamenda people will be connected again to the rest of Cameroon by air transport. The Pope will not carry the roads in Bamenda. Bamenda people will benefit from these roads. And that is why at the end of January, I had a meeting with the bike riders. And we said to them, you must collaborate so that these works go on well. Because when the Pope goes, these roads will remain to us. And we gave them helmets because the roads are good, they will start riding and they will be falling. So put your helmets not to break your heads on the tar. So we are doing a lot to...
For their passengers as well. They should have helmets too.
Yes, for their passengers. We said to them, we'll give you one, you buy one for your passenger. So go to the market and buy one for your passenger. So we hope that this will really change our society. We are seeing the change.
Okay. Now, with the rapid growth of the Catholic population in Cameroon, what are the most pressing pastoral needs of the faithful, especially in undeserved regions? How might the papal visit help to address these?
You see, the papal visit is going to help tremendously in the sense that people will come out from nooks and crannies who have never come out for so long. You get people come from very far off places to come and see the Pope. They will interact with other people. Cameroonians from the north will interact with those in the east. Those in the west will interact with those from the south. And this interaction is a very, very big blessing to our country. Secondly, you discover that when the Holy Father comes like he has come, you get people who are mobile, coming from all over the place. Journalists are coming from all over the world. The world is focusing its attention to our country. And let me tell you a small thing. This was shared to us by the President of Equatorial Guinea himself. You know yourself how Equatorial Guinea was. People came from there to play xylophone on the road in Limbe to pick 10 francs from the road. When Pope John Paul was coming to Equatorial Guinea, all the lenses of the world were focused on Equatorial Guinea. And that is how they discovered petrol. And the life of that country changed. I want to say to you that we cannot underestimate the wealth that will be discovered in this country by the world because of this visit of the Pope. So our story will change. It has started changing, and it will change even better. So there are aspects of this visit that will benefit this country in a way that you and me can never imagine. It is God. And that's why when people ask me, why Cameroon? Why did the Pope choose Cameroon? And why he has the Pope come 4 times? What is it in Cameroon that's attracting him? That's it. And I say, only God can answer that question. God surely has a certain favor over this country that you and me cannot imagine. And that favor comes with these visits of the Holy Father.
Now, to conclude, how does this visit align with the broader mission of the Church in Africa?
You see, it was here in Yaoundé that Pope John Paul II in 1995 signed Ecclesia in Africa. And that Ecclesia in Africa is like the Magna Carta, the roadmap of the faith in Africa. We talked about the church as family. We talked about enculturation. We talked about various aspects, vocations to the priesthood, vocations to the religious life, and above all, synodality. When the Pope is coming here as he is coming, the impact of the church in Africa will show itself in the celebrations of the liturgy. You will see in Yaoundé, you will see in Bamenda, you will see in Douala, the enculturated aspect of our liturgy, which probably the Pope himself will be seeing for the first time. Yes, and this puts us in a very, very special position within the Universal Church, because we are implementing Ecclesia in Africa. And in this way, other countries, other local churches in other countries will learn from us. In this delegation that is coming for the Pope's visit, practically all the bishops of the Central African sub-region are coming. The Cardinal Archbishop of Kigali, who is the president of SECAM, of the Conference for the whole of Africa, is going to be there. Other cardinals and bishops around Africa are also sending us messages they are coming. And so they are going to come and participate in something that they will take back to their countries. And in this way, Cameroon becomes a principal evangelizer of other countries in Africa. And so it's a very big privilege that the Holy Father has given to our country and to our local church.
Your Grace, thank you very much indeed for your insights on the Pope's visit.
It's my pleasure, and anytime you can get back to me for more comments.
That was the Archbishop of the Bamenda Diocese, the most Reverend Andrew Nkea, who is known as a man of peace.